In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Infinity Stones shape not only the fate of the cosmos, but the destinies of every hero and villain who ever crossed paths with them. Thanos, the Mad Titan, believed that wielding the combined might of the Six Stones was the only solution to what he saw as the universe's problem: overpopulation and suffering. But what if Thanos, despite all his cunning, never collected the stones? What if those glimmering gems of power remained scattered across the stars, untouched and ununited? Let's unravel that alternate timeline. First, without the Infinity Gauntlet, Thanos becomes a very different kind of threat. His physical strength, intellect, and army remain formidable, but his means of enacting universal balance are drastically reduced. Instead of the snap, an instant of cataclysmic loss, the universe continues on its chaotic path, struggling with its natural cycles of growth and hardship. There is no sudden mass extinction. Entire civilizations, from Xandar to Asgard, are spared the grief of losing half their people in the blink of an eye. For the Avengers themselves, life changes dramatically. In the original timeline, the snap fractures the team, fuels their grief, and forces unexpected alliances and desperate measures. Without that devastating event, the dissolution between Tony Stark and Steve Rogers over the Sokovia Accords never gets the same chance to heal through mutual trauma. The events of Infinity War and Endgame, the time heist, the loss and return of loved ones, the self-sacrifices, simply never occur. For Tony Stark, the shadow of impending doom fades. He never has to build time travel devices or make the ultimate sacrifice to stop Thanos. His relationship with Pepper Potts continues to evolve in relative peace. Steve Rogers, too, is left with his doubts and burdens. But without the snapping away of half the universe, he is never thrust into the desperate role of resistance leader. For the Guardians of the Galaxy, the absence of Thanos' relentless pursuit of the stones means Gamora's fate changes. She is not torn between her adopted family and her team. Nebula is spared further torture at her father's hands. The quest for the Soul Stone, an artifact that demands the ultimate sacrifice, is avoided. The Guardians' battles focus on smaller stakes, rivalries, and the usual cosmic chaos, not the existential threat of a power-mad Titan. For Asgard, the home of Thor, things look brighter as well. Thanos never boards the refugee ship and massacres half its occupants. Loki, ever the trickster, perhaps survives a little longer. Thor retains the remains of his people, avoiding the deep depression and self-doubt that plagued him after losing so much. Earth itself breathes easier. The Wakandans never have to open their borders to the complete devastation of the Black Order and Thanos' legions. Shuri, Okoye, and T'Challa can continue focusing on their nation's progress rather than its survival. Wanda Maximoff and Vision escape the grim fate of being forced to destroy and resurrect the Mind Stone, sparing them heartache and destruction. But what about the Infinity Stones themselves? Scattered and guarded, their presence still weighs heavily. The Ancient One remains the protector of the Time Stone. Vision, fused with the Mind Stone, is left to explore his own identity and relationship with Wanda. The Space Stone is kept within the Tesseract, hidden or studied by SHIELD, or perhaps by others with less noble intentions. The Ether, or Reality Stone, still lies concealed within the Collector's vault, and the Power Stone in the Nova Corps' guarded vault. Without Thanos' crusade, the universe sidesteps a single catastrophic event, but it does not leave behind all danger. The knowledge that such power exists prompts others to step forward. The Red Skull, Hela, or other cosmic entities might pursue the stones for their own ends. But without the unifying threat of Thanos, there is no mass alliance, no Avengers assemble on a cosmic scale. Perhaps the greatest change of all is that the heroes never have to confront the question of what they are willing to sacrifice for the greater good. They aren't forced to reckon with the reality of loss on a universal scale or the need for unity across worlds and ideologies. The relationships between the Avengers remain fractured in places, unhealed, and perhaps unresolved. In this universe, the story of the Infinity Stones becomes a legend of forgotten power and undiscovered potential, scattered among the stars. Life continues, imperfect and unpredictable, shaped by the choices of mortals and gods rather than by the whim of one who sought to play both. Ultimately, without Thanos collecting the stones, the universe is spared a singular apocalypse, only to face the more familiar perils, uncertainties, and hopes that come with simply existing.